The moon follows a pattern that most people just never really question.
It appears, it changes, it moves across the sky, night after night, month after month.
It's always in order, and, we don't think much about it really because it's just so familiar.
But the moment you stop and really look at it, you realize something pretty important. The moon, it doesn't behave like something random. It follows structure. It follows rhythm. It follows design.
And that raises a simple, but honestly a very powerful question. What does all of that tell us about how it operates?
So when we look for an answer, we find there are really two very different explanations for this pattern we all see.
Now, most of us were taught the modern explanation, right? That the moon is a rock reflecting sunlight orbiting a spinning Earth, just moving through empty space. But then, when you open up Scripture, you find a very different description. The moon is described as a light, a ruler of the night, a body placed inside the firmament, moving in its own circuit.
Let's dig into that biblical description a little minute.
This book, 200 Bible Verses Proving a Flat, Stationary Earth, is a fantastic resource because it brings all of those verses together so you can see the biblical description laid out so clearly.
This book doesn't try to reinterpret the moon or modernize it. It simply shows you exactly what Scripture says, verse after verse, starting right there in Genesis. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
And when you read those verses side by side, from Genesis to Psalms to the prophets, you start to notice something really interesting. The moon's behavior, well, it matches the biblical description perfectly.
Think about it. It appears on schedule. It changes in a predictable cycle. It moves across the sky in a consistent path. It keeps time. It marks seasons. It follows order.
Nothing about it feels chaotic, does it? Nothing feels accidental. It behaves exactly like something placed with intention, designed to function with absolute precision.
So the question really becomes quite simple. Which explanation, the modern one we were all taught, or the biblical one, actually fits what we observe with our own eyes?
And that's where this book can really help you explore that question for yourself.
It gathers every single verse about the moon, the firmament, and the movement of the heavenly bodies all in one place. This lets you directly compare what you see in the sky with what Scripture actually describes.
So if you want to explore these ideas, the process is pretty straightforward. 1, read the verses. 2, watch the sky. And 3, see for yourself what stands out. And if you want to get started, you can find this book on Amazon.
It's available right now. Just search for the full title, 200 Bible Verses Proving a Flat, Stationary Earth, and it's written by Sue West.
You made it to the end. Nice. Now here's your challenge. Read the verses yourself. Click the link to get your copy of 200 Bible Verses Proving a Flat, Stationary Earth.